I was actually wrong.
That's what we want.
Prove me wrong.
This is why we came here. This is why we moved here.
Today we're going to take a ride around the island and look at some of our past sales. One of our highest, one that I was actually wrong on, a couple that I was very right on. One of our clients, shout out to Dr. James, he said, I noticed you do a lot of sales on the east side. While I'm flattered, we do a lot of sales on 90% of the island. We just happen to be on the east side today, so hope you enjoy the views and the takes. Kahama Valley is, I call it like the Ewa Beach of Hawaii Kai.
Why?
Because it's typically dry and hot.
Okay, yeah. It is drier, it is hot, but not like Ewa Beach at all, because whereas Ewa Beach is like very track home.
Yeah,
very
why were you?
Because No, that's not what I mean.
No, play it back.
No, it's not like Ewa Beach because the house type is not like Ewa Beach whatsoever.
The house type is not like Ewa Beach, but it's dry, it's hot.
Climate, maybe, yes.
It's marina vibes, but you're not near the marina.
Yeah, this is like an interesting part of Hawaii Kai where you're not really like doing Hawaii Kai things.
You're far away, further commute, hot, not by the marina, not in a valley, not with a view.
No view.
Those are reasons why Kahama Valley tends to be less than some of the other places like Mariners Ridge.
But pros though.
You're in Hawaii Kai.
You're in Hawaii Kai. You're closer to like Sandy's. So you're closer to like the beach and the coastline if you want to go around, you want to rip it and go to Kailua.
Arguably our best coastal drive is
Yeah.
Hawaii Kai to Kailua.
Yeah.
And you're right here.
More private, I would say. More communal feel over here. There's not like in and out. There's nobody coming here that doesn't live here.
Yeah.
More residential. I feel like a lot of families that are here not transient at all.
Yes.
It's just charming. It's like an older, charming community, and it's like not stuffy.
We're gonna start off with one in Hawaii Kai that I was actually wrong. I was just not as high as them. There were no comps to support
The seller's opinion of what their house was worth.
And it's not like it was just renovated, it was just flipped. You had modern things.
Very well kept, very clean, but just stylistically not modern at all.
In a time where the market was shifting. So in 2022, all the way through February, you had good rates. In February, the VA rate that was previously 2.25 might have in that month ticked to 2.75 or something like that. By March, you started to know we were in a shift. April, May, this property went into escrow in June of that year. I had felt, because we had other listings at the time and we were feeling the shift, we were licking our finger, throwing it up to the wind, market shifting. If an agent's not super active and was used to the 2021 to 2022 trend, they were still behaving in 2021 ways. I just couldn't get to the seller's price opinion.
Yep.
So they wanted closer to a 1.5. There weren't comps to support it. The market was shifting. Interior was okay.
It had like a really, which I actually really liked because I'm obnoxious like that, but it had like a very bright yellow kitchen, which just wasn't for everyone, and people made comment on that. Bathrooms were older, and it had kind of that like, you walk in and you step down into your living space, which is, like a 1960s. No, you know what? That was the selling point. Theirs is the only one like that model that didn't do that.
They didn't have that.
They got rid of that right away.
A couple more reasons why I couldn't get to the seller's price opinion. The dry, open area that's undeveloped.
Right.
Like it's golf course, but not really. And then this electrical plant thing.
There is like a big Hiko hub right across the street, which some people are just like not for.
For a lot of reasons, we couldn't get to the seller's opinion. But here's the thing. If you call us to sell your home, we may not share the same price opinion, but we'll give you a range. Like it definitely sells here. We probably think we can hit this. And this is our optimistic aspirational price. Now this seller, their bottom line was at the aspiration. You can voice your price opinion. We can tell you the pragmatic opinion that we've developed based on data. And then we can just talk about whether or not to list. Let's try it. If we can't hit that, you aren't going to be mad and blame us. We told you our opinion. If we do hit it, great.
But what type of relationship are you trying to have with your agent? The type where you cut to the chase and are real with them up front, or that you spent months and months on the market shooting yourself in the foot?
Leave me a comment. As a seller, do you want an agent to tell you their truth based on data? You trust their skill enough to receive it? You could even disagree, as these sellers did, and have that healthy dialogue and then implement a plan that gives you the best opportunity for achieving that goal. So in this case, they wanted closer to 1.5. Our price opinion was more 1.425 or something, like 1.42. There was no data to support a 1.5 sale. We had 1 foot in the old market, 1 foot in the shifting market. It's not always the right time to price it lower. But on this one, we decided to price it a little lower, get competing offers, And guess what? You can only sell it to one. And there was one buyer who was willing to go 1,479.
1,479.
And was right around their price opinion. And quite frankly, I was surprised. I didn't think we'd hit it.
But something special about that buyer, I remember, was that they had like an emotional tie to the neighborhood.
Yes.
So that really, really helped us.
And just married.
They were a newlywed couple. Their family grew up in this area. They wanted to be exactly in this area. It didn't matter that it was outdated. It didn't matter that they had to do a bunch of things. It was more about like, I have memories tied to this street and a house is for sale on the street that I need to be on.
We're stoked for the seller.
That's what we want.
Prove me wrong. If my price opinion is 1.4 and we hit 1.5, great. This is one of the two that I think of where Derek was wrong.
I could take us so many times Derek was wrong. So we're heading out of Hawaii Kai and we're gonna go check out one that we closed on in Kailua.
On the buy side.
On the buy side. This is probably the ugliest day in Kailua.
Not the best day to show Kailua Beach, but also the best day. Because real estate agents in the real estate industry, as we know, don't tend to be like us. People are always buying the Kailua postcard, and it's also sometimes too windy.
Sometimes it's gonna be this.
You know, they always say, oh, white sand beach of Kailua. This doesn't look white to me, right?
I don't really want to get in that water.
It's just not the best Kailua Beach day.
Yeah.
And when people are buying Kailua Beach, they're often buying this. This is the thing. Along with the culture of Kailua Town and having a Core Power Yoga and a Whole Foods and a Maui Brewing and Lanikai Brewing.
Farmers markets.
So this one on the buy side, north of 4 million, 4.15. This deal, it was actually it was a difficult one. We found previous termite damage affected by current termite activity that was partially disclosed. I went to bat for our clients and ruined a relationship and had a really contentious escrow, asked for more disclosures, asked to unveil, I turned over rocks. Quite frankly, even though it was a larger commission, there would have been a large dose of satisfaction if our client said, you know what, and we canceled. We would never put our emotions, our interests, our commission in front of our clients, so we got the deal done. It was a really difficult one. In terms of pricing, it was the appropriate pricing. They weren't gonna sell for less. They didn't have to sell. It appraised well. It was a fair price. Although a unique chopped up square footage, it uniquely worked for our buyers, and so they had multiple wings of a home, multiple segregated spaces. Why do people like Kailua Beach? Well, we kind of favor this Kailua Beach more than even Lanikai. You just get more beach here. You're closer to Kailua Town. You're less likely to get trapped in Lanikai by the traffic. You could bike to Whole Foods. You could escape, get on the freeway easier. More dogs, more friends. If I have 5-6 million and I'm buying something over here, I'm gonna pick this over Lanikai.
Yeah, me too. And what's unique about the property that they bought is we're coming to Kalama Beach Park from the parking lot at Kalama Beach Park. Where the bathroom is, it's the public parking lot. So this area is always kind of flooded with people. However, there's another entrance just down that way called Green Walls, and they're kind of situated right over there. There's no parking. You can get lucky and get street parking, or you can live right there like they do now. And their gate literally opens to the path there. The difference is that because there's a parking lot here, this side of the beach is always more crowded. For them, they have a beautiful home, direct beach access, and way less people. Now, don't get me wrong, on a nice day, especially like a holiday weekend or something, people are gonna find places to park, and there are gonna be people there, but it's like half the people on that side of the beach than it is right over here, just because it's harder to find parking.
The buyer asked me, Derek, 4 million's a lot of money. We lived on the mainland before, and we bought a house nicer for less. 4 million's a lot of money, I'm a little uncomfortable, let's talk about it. My reaction was something to the effect of, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. If you wanna go buy 2 million, if you wanna go buy 1 million, we're in that for you. But a good sign of what could happen when you exit in 10 years is the way it's behaving today. And today, there are multiple offers, they have backups in position, and you plan to renovate it, improve the floor plan, improve the grounds. You plan to make it better, force value. If it's competitive today, why wouldn't Kailua, one house in from the beach, be that competitive and more in a fair market 10 years from now? So I see it as a great storage of wealth.
And you know what? For that sale over here, I think the moment that stood out to me was when we were visiting the boys, their sons, got their boogie boards out and went and started, they like were gone and swimming already. I think that was the moment when it wasn't like, hey, what do you think the price opinion? It was like, okay, Mike, this is why we came here. This is why we moved here, for our boys, our kids to be able to have that type of lifestyle. Aside from it's gonna appreciate, they're gonna force the value into it. It just was the right fit.
But I'm never gonna push you out of your comfort zone. In fact, we're always comfortable buying for less. And I thought of something, when we were back there, I just wanna drop one more thing. I said we'll never put our commissions before you. We're not necessarily gonna make it there today to Coral Ridge. You know where I'm going?
Yeah.
So Mahe had one in escrow for our team and told the clients, you seem like you don't like it, like let's not buy something you don't like, let's go get you in this. And our commission was cut in half.
I knew that it was way more their vibe, way more their style. And sure enough, as soon as we visited the property, like it was over. Like they loved it.
So while we are flexing, talking about our $4 million closing and how we want you to go to coreteamhawaii.com and go to the bottom of the page, fill out the contact form and call us whether you need to sell, buy, or do anything real estate in Hawaii. While we are doing that, we're never gonna put our interest in front of yours. That's a perfect example. Cut her commission in half. We're willing to walk away from a very large sale. It's about you, not us. So we were on the way to another property in Kaneohe.
Yes.
We're not gonna make it there today, but we'll show you photos. This seller, he was like, Derek, I don't wanna sell for this much. I said, I'm very confident we can go 100 over. I'm trying to go 150 over your goal. We might list it where you're thinking, but we're gonna go way over. And we did. This was in the market shift 2 years ago. If we had listed a month earlier, we would have had probably 10 offers first weekend.
I remember that kind of like anxious entering the market period for that house specifically.
Market was shifting. Agent, very nice lady. She should not have written my seller the offer that she did. We would have taken 100 grand less.
Yeah, it was like shared driveway and steep. It wasn't like plantation green
Wasn't
like
the
that,
wholesome
you know.
green.
Wasn't that?
No,
was
it was freeway sign
color
green.
crayon green.
Or the freeway sign. It was like a freeway sign green.
It was
yeah.
like a free. Yes.
I'll feel bad if the buyers are watching this, but our fiduciary duty is to our client at that time, and we got an offer way higher than we should have. I'm alluding to the importance of a team that does a lot of business and is tracking the trends and has their finger on the pulse. We're here in front of another listing that we sold recently.
One of my all-time favorite clients.
You took her from us.
I took her from you for the buy side, and then we battled.
We did. We could touch on that briefly. We will never do dual agency. So like Mahe will never be the selling agent and the buyer's agent on the same house. But there are times where the listing you want to buy is Core Team Hawaii's listing. There's a chance that one of our team members is on the other side of the deal. I even had a seller recently ask me because Kenny from our team was preparing to write an offer for this seller's home. He said, but he's on your team. I was like, but he has the buyer. I can understand you feeling a little insecure, like, are you guys gonna do a good job?
Sure we
are. Right here. I was like, bruh, control your client. She's like, psh,
control your client.
that's what we want. I was like, well, you're not getting it. So I thought that we were all in the understanding of this credit and this rent back situation, and then you guys switched it on us.
No, the expectation setting was incorrect to begin with.
So you said it was my fault.
Maybe.
Point is, we went to battle
Point
against each
is,
other.
we just
Me,
had
you,
lunch
and
with her.
Aiden
Yeah.
had lunch with her. Shout outs to Marissa. But we sold her grandparents' home here. This one we sold this year, and it was hot. Open house, crowded. I think we had 8 offers. We were able to counter offer and get people higher. It was a competitive situation in what feels like a year that is a buyer's market. We came to market at 115, knowing we were gonna hit like 125.
Yeah.
And so
That's such like a sweet spot too for.
So why might a home in Eva be sitting, but then this home with this backdrop is not sitting? And it's because we're in Kaneohe. A lot of people want to be on the east side because they want all of this.
There's just a lack of the homogenous everyday feeling. It's very unique here. People want it for a specific reason, and it just doesn't, it's not always on the market.
And we were at the entry level for single family on the east side. Kailua generally is going to be more expensive than Kaneohe. Kaneohe can be very expensive too, and then you get to this part of Kaneohe, which is a little more affordable, but still extremely charming, very country, not far from Kailua, Jurassic Park in the background. It's a lot of things going on, and at an entry-level price. You're like, 1-2 something's entry-level? Well,
For the neighborhood.
for the neighborhood, for the side of the island, for the asset class, yes. If you're selling the most expensive of a thing in Eva Beach, Ho'akale golf course, setting a new record, biggest house in Ho'akale, might not fly off the shelves today, especially with Keikainani coming, right? They spent the right dollars in the right places, fixed it up. It was already pretty nice. And you're at the entry level in Kaneohe. This is a competitive 2021 feeling type of situation.
Yeah.
where I think we even pushed higher than the sellers originally thought. We got the most out of it. If buyers are looking to buy with us right now, they may say, well, so is that Mahe? Is that what's gonna have to happen? We're gonna have to like bid against 8 people?
It depends.
What
It
are they
really,
buying?
it really depends. Where are you looking? What are you buying? What price point are you looking at? And like Derek already mentioned, it really matters if you're working with somebody who does production and who actually is paying attention to the trends that are happening. Because we've helped a lot of clients, or maybe not a lot, thankfully, but we've helped some clients who have been put in a bad position prior to coming and working with us. A couple now, and that's unfortunate. And you know, Hawaii's kind of just like one of those places where it's word of mouth, and maybe your auntie is a realtor, maybe your cousin, you know, has their license.
Don't be throwing shade at nobody's auntie.
But if your auntie go make you write a bad offer because she only does your deal, you know, every 10 years.
Yeah. Sometimes your auntie does a great job.
And you should always love your auntie.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. It's November. Election just happened. We want to know your thoughts on the election, how you think about it in terms of Hawaii and real estate, and Thanksgiving, and the holidays are coming up too. So let us know what kind of holiday content you want from this channel.